Hey everybody, Arya's napping. She's doing good, and once again, using the word good. She's doing good though today, and I'll get to that. So quite a lot has happened in the past, I guess, number of days. Let's see. I don't remember. I guess it's been a week since I've uploaded a video. But I'm going to go down the list. So last week was a tough week for Arya. She wasn't tolerating the weanest nicely. She was getting really fussy. And I mentioned in the last video that she was spitting up a lot. So one of the things that we did last week was on Thursday, we placed an NJ tube. And that goes through the nose and down and actually past the stomach and straight into the intestines to try to feed them straight into their intestines so that babies can not vomit as much. That's the hope anyway. You're bypassing the stomach, not filling the stomach up and all that stuff. So we did that. It's a whole kind of process. It requires an X-ray machine and everything. So it's not as easy as the tubes that can just go into the stomach. So did this to try to see if it would help her to change her G tube to a GJ tube. The G tube she has feeds into her stomach. The GJ tube can feed into the stomach and feed into the intestines. But we were kind of testing it because that requires, it's a procedure. Didn't want to kind of take that drastic measure if it didn't actually help her. So we put that in. She did not like the process. She did not like the NJ tube itself. Starting Friday evening, her respiratory status changed. She required more support, and they ended up having to put her on a hospital ventilator that actually looks a lot like our ventilator. And they stopped her feeds, gave her an IV, started giving her fluids and antibiotics, of course checking to see if she was sick and stuff like that. They did discover that she had a bacterial infection, but they weren't sure why she regressed as much as she did. Also in the process of getting the IV, Arya pulled her NJ tube out, so she did not have that NJ tube very long. She doesn't like things on her face because of course it's a tube that has to be taped to her face. I also don't think that she likes the feeling of it going down her nose and all of that. Like she really didn't like it. Once you pulled it out, you can't just put it back in because it requires the X-ray machine and all that good stuff. So she just had a tough weekend. It seems like things just kind of piled up on each other and caused her to get really, just that regression that happened. So we've got she had the Valium wean going on already, not herself. Then the NJ tube was put in, and then the bacterial infection. And if there was anything else that might be missing, it's just things stacked on top of each other. So kind of a recuperating weekend, trying to get herself back up. And yesterday, she still wasn't fully herself, but she was better. She also got to change hospital rooms yesterday because they do that every 30 days to help with the whole preventing infections and things like that. They change the rooms if they're here for long periods of time. And so she's in a new room and a new bed, and she actually she likes moving around. She likes changes in her environment. She likes car rides, things like that. And so she gave us smiles, and I got her to laugh a few times yesterday from after that, and she was just really happy. She's like, oh, this is great, I got a new room, guys. So that was exciting to see, to actually get to hear her little laugh a couple times. So yeah, she's in her new room. Today she has been smiley and happy and interactive. It's good to kind of see her back to normal. Tomorrow we do have a planned procedure to put that GJ tube in place so we can start feeding her directly into her intestines, because we have to resume this wean. We have to get her off this medicine, and we're trying to prevent her from throwing up through the rest of this process. And we also have other medications to get her off of. So gonna go ahead and prepare for that procedure and getting her fed and all that stuff. So hopefully that will go well. And yeah, hopefully we're kind of going to finish off this Valium wean and get her back to her normal self, where she can stay normal and not have to be fighting the whole time with medicine and all that. So but today she's resting, and right now she's resting. She had some occupational therapy stuff happened today, and she liked it. She likes that they're interacting with her, holding her, helping her sit up, getting some head control, and getting a little more control over her own body. So she's doing good. Thank you guys for prayers. Thank you for everything, and I will let you see her one more time before I get off. She's precious. Love you guys. See y'all later.